Hi, everybody. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia, and we are going to go into the third episode of Dawson's Creek with Kiss, aired February 3rd, 1998. And
Synopsis is
the film class movie hits some trouble, giving Dawson an advantage. Joey falls in love with a visitor to the town. Casey's school achievements and his relationship with Tamara intensify, and Dawson brings his feelings out about Jen into the open. We start off with Joey and Dawson once again watching a movie at Dawson's house. Dawson pauses the movie and begins describing how the moment of his first kiss will be with Jen, just like the romantic scene in the movie. Listing off he has to have the right music, lighting, and dialogue as if he can plan all that.
he watches too many movies.
Joey tries pulling him back to earth and tells him that the perfect scenes don't exist outside of a movie. Dawson calls Joey bitter, cynical, and jaded. She said he was the same and far more interesting.
Well, did you hear she said, "You haven't kissed that girl yet?"
Yep. That's why he goes on to say that he just wants to have it be perfect and just plan everything, and that he chooses magic. He says she'll have her own moment of wanting to kiss someone and will tell him that he was right.
Yes, call him.
Hmm. And then the theme song plays. Then we return to school with Dawson in film class as the students are discussing the plot of their movie, brainstorming with the conflict and the end. Dawson cringes as he hears their ideas until he can't take it anymore and gives his idea on how they should do it.
Yeah, remember when the teacher said you need to be mute?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew that wouldn't last long.
Yeah, me too. And then Nellie, who's directing the movie, laughs. Mm-hmm.
Cannot stand her.
Yep. Yep, she laughs and says his plan is pathetic and tells the teacher to get Dawson to shut up.
How about she? Shut up.
Mm-hmm. Now we see Pacey walk into Miss Jacobs' classroom asking about the last test, and the classroom is empty this time. Good for his part at least, because he's not saying everything out in the open. And she says he failed the last test with a 23. She asks if he knows anything about Ethan Frome. He says he knows he has a farm, and like the Joker he is, he starts singing "Oh McDonald." But
Having a farm.
yeah, and this
I
doesn't
was singing with him.
yeah, and this doesn't amuse her. He suggests that she tutors him, saying it's perfectly appropriate with their student and teacher relationship.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
Go find a tutor your own age.
Yeah, I was gonna say another student could easily have tutored him if he really
Mm-hmm.
needed it. She agrees to after school and tells him to meet her back in her classroom later, though.
Okay, I do not understand that. At first, she's hesitant,
Mm-hmm.
which is understandable.
Mm-hmm.
She's, yeah, sure, I'll tutor you.
Right.
He likes you.
Mm-hmm.
Why on earth
Mm-hmm.
would you agree?
Right.
It makes no sense.
Right.
It's only going to turn into a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And and then, did you see that her name was written on the chalkboard?
I did after you pointed it out. Yep.
Well, first it was kind of weird to see chalkboards.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why her name,
Mm-hmm.
after weeks,
Mm-hmm.
is still on the chalkboard.
Right.
I could see the first day,
Mm-hmm.
but after that, why?
I know.
I mean, we were in school.
Mm-hmm.
Our teachers never wrote their name
Right.
on the board except for Friday the first day.
Yeah.
The only ones that did were subs. Is she a substitute?
Nope.
Okay, so that makes no sense. I
Yeah.
mean,
They're not in kindergarten,
yeah,
so.
I guess they don't know how to read.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why he's failing.
Yeah. Yeah, but we had to go back to the episode to make sure it was a chalkboard and not a whiteboard.
I would realize it was the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because those have definitely changed.
Changed like when we were in middle school.
Yeah, from we had chalkboards, but then we went to whiteboards.
And then the teachers didn't know how to use them, so it was kind of entertaining.
Well, the smart boards, yeah. When they switched it, I said whiteboards.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Board.
yeah, with the smart boards. They're probably more advanced now even than when they first started with
Sure,
us.
now they probably need training.
Yeah, whole tutorial. And then weren't there moments like when the little pen wasn't working too?
They would
Like,
smack
yeah, so it was
the
just,
board, and then it was like, oh, cool, we can stop for the day.
yeah, so I hope that they have whiteboards if they need to when the smart boards aren't working, because that would drive me
Well,
crazy.
now don't they just use the computers?
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah. You don't know. We haven't been in a classroom for a while.
Over a decade.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that hurts to say.
Well, we did just have our reunion not that long ago, so. But back to the episode, we see Dawson
Could
at.
really have. That was such a
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Um, but one thing I haven't caught is the name of Joey's family's restaurant. Do you know what that is? Since you've seen it?
Ice House?
Because I still haven't caught it. They haven't said it. I know that for a fact.
I think it's Ice House. Do not quote me, people.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll eventually learn that hopefully later. But anyways, Dawson is at the restaurant and he's sitting at a table with Pacey and he's telling him he has to get the work, how he gets to work on the movie that the film class is doing. Joey hears this as she walks over to them and asks what about his movie. He
And
says
where is she sitting?
with them. She sits down with them.
Not just with them. Who is she sitting next to?
Pacey.
Okay, why?
I know.
Seriously.
And not with Dawson.
Okay, she's in love with Dawson.
Mm-hmm.
If you do not like someone,
Mm-hmm.
why would you sit next to them? I could see if there was no other seat open
Mm-hmm.
that you would have to sit next to them.
Right.
But they now have sat together at like every scene that the chorus sits at.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the two of them.
Right.
Why?
I don't know. That is weird.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but Dawson says that he's working on both films, which I feel like that's a lot, but he has,
Not for him.
yeah,
That's his whole world.
true. But he has the last scene of his movie planned at the ruins, and he wants to take Jen there, of course, because she's playing the second female lead at the end. And Dawson's planned for the scene to be romantic, so Joey can, not Joey, sorry, Dawson can make his move and kiss Jen. And as Joey's taking the guys' orders, she suddenly makes eye contact with a young man some distance away from the table. This makes her stop listening to Dawson and Pacey.
Is he really a man?
Well, guy, I don't know. He looks like maybe 16-ish. Would you say?
Sure.
Okay.
They're only 15.
Yeah.
I still think they're kids.
Yeah. True. But then Pacey starts teasing her and starts yelling at the guy to get his attention because Pacey can see that she kind of likes him. And then, clearly embarrassed, she tells Pacey she'll kill him in his sleep with a screwdriver.
Didn't you see that he put his hand around her neck
No, I didn't notice that.
when he was talking to her?
No.
See? She shouldn't be sitting next to him
Mm-hmm.
if she doesn't like him.
Yeah. But she was really descriptive with the whole screwdriver thing in his head while he's sleeping. Surprised she said that.
Well, she says everything.
Yeah. She basically has no filter.
No.
So now Dawson is in the locker room back at school with the film class about to film a scene. He sees Jen is there too, dressed as a cheerleader. Cliff walks over to her in his football uniform and pulls Jen to film, but not before calling Dawson Dave.
Yeah, and then Cliff says, it's Dawson.
Yep. Dawson is jealous about this and mad that Jen is in Cliff's movie and not just his anymore. Now back in his...
It's a school project.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind.
Yep. And now we see Pacey reading his book, and to check if he's making progress, Miss Jacobs asks if the main character made it to the county fair yet. Of course, Pacey lied, saying he did, and Miss Jacobs catches him in the lie because it was a trick question. There was no county fair. Pacey changes the subject by asking the kind of girl she was in high school and if she would have dated him if they were the same age.
Did he read the back of the book?
Probably not. She says she probably wouldn't have dated him because she's learned a lot and is smarter now, at least until a few weeks ago. So that's how long this little affair has been going on, if you call it that.
Too long.
Mm-hmm. She gives him questions for the first couple of chapters, saying she'll give him some positive reinforcement.
Oh yeah, what's that gonna be?
If he answers them. Yeah, I really don't want to know what that's gonna be. Now we see Joey at the...
No, she just needs to go to jail.
Yeah, that too. I'm hoping that's how this plot ends. Now we see Joey at the pier, and she hears someone playing a violin nearby one of the boats. She walks closer to find the person playing the instrument is the same guy she saw at the restaurant earlier. He notices her and calls her out, saying she was spying on him. He tells her his name, with her replying congratulations in a snarky way. He heard her tone.
Joey.
Yep. He heard her tone and asks if she has a name or just an attitude. She says,
An
just,
attitude.
yep, just an attitude. And people find this charming. I have an act, she says. It's obvious he likes her and wants to get to know her better, so he starts small talk by asking why she's in Capeside. She doesn't say a word, but asks him the same question. He keeps trying and asking more questions about herself, but she answers with obvious lies with the attitude he mentioned. That is, until she starts lying to him like it's the truth. She leads him to believe her family is rich like his. He ends up asking her to sail the next day. She ends the lie with a fake name, Deborah Carson, taking it from the actress Deborah Carr in the movie she was watching with Dawson at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I tuned out.
Yeah. Because at first she said Deborah Carr. That's
Yeah,
the,
I
yeah.
remember. Yeah, she said car.
And then Carson. Yeah. So she, like, last second decided to change it just in case if he knew the actress. So now we see Pacey and Miss Jacobs in her classroom again as she finishes asking questions to Pacey about the book. He wants his award, of course, and mentions how they're alone. It seemed like she was serious by giving in and saying they can do it right there in the classroom on her desk, she says. But he begins getting nervous um and she sees this, asking him if it's his first time.
Well, that's because she started
Yeah,
messing with her
yeah,
shirt.
yeah. He replies, you know it is, and then tells her he believes that sometimes it's right to do the wrong thing. Not in this case. Once he realizes it's not happening, he tells her goodnight and leaves the classroom.
Well, she kicks him out.
Yeah,
She told him to go find a girl your own age.
yeah.
But the question is,
Hmm.
was she really gonna go through with it if he wasn't a virgin?
I hope not.
I mean, because when she was like, "Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you've done this before, whatever," and
Mhm.
when she saw his face, and he's like, "No, I haven't."
Mhm.
Her face
Yeah.
like cold, like, "Oh, whoa,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Wait a minute, so you really were
Mhm.
gonna do it
Right.
in the classroom?" But
I
also,
know.
that's what's stopping you.
I
Okay,
know.
not the fact that you could lose your job, go to
Mhm.
jail.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Now it's the next day, and Joey shows up at the pier to go sailing with Anderson. He asks more questions about her, just making her add onto the pile of lies about her life. They end up on the water with Joey impressing him with her sailing skills. Later on, they're throwing a disc on the beach. He asks her what her boyfriend is like, trying to be slick to see if she's single or not. He wonders by the way she's acting, like she does have a boyfriend. She asks him if he had a girlfriend. Would he like the way that would he like it if she sailed onto an island with a guy? He says he wouldn't mind it if she didn't lie about having a boyfriend, saying truth can't hurt you. It's the lies that kill you.
Exactly.
Hmm. Honesty is a primary quality he's looking for in a girl. Joey laughs nervously, playing it cool, knowing she's exactly the opposite of what he wants. Now we're at the football field filming another scene for the movie. Nellie makes Dawson get more film so he won't interrupt with his suggestions about how to film this scene. He runs into Jen on the way there and asks if she's up to filming the last scene for his movie later on. He asks why she's in Nellie's movie, and she says it was because she knew he would be there. That was a good saying. Good reason.
Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah. And then back on the beach, Joey's talking to Anderson.
No, no.
What?
Is
I,
that where she said that?
did I skip something? What?
Oh, is that where Nellie said that? Oh, they haven't recorded yet.
No. No, no.
Because you know what I have to say.
Right, yeah. We're not there yet. Back on the beach, Joey's talking to Anderson, liking him more and more. Um, they both reach to get in the disc on the sand, with Joey getting it first. He ends up on top of her, and they almost kiss until Joey pulls away and says she must go back home. He jokes, calling her Cinderella. They stand up, and she begins building up the courage to tell him the truth, but chickens out and says she's not Cinderella, not even close. Now, back on the field, Pacey shows up in a wheelchair messing around, and they're still having trouble filming the scene with the two boys walking across the field, with Nellie making the comment saying,
Mm. She said, "Do you think we could get somebody who's not epileptic?"
Not having a seizure. Yeah, I can't say that either. But yeah, so this was,
Do you think we could get somebody who's not epileptic
yeah,
to run the camera?
yeah, road comment, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Why does it make you mad?
because I have it
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to punch her
Yeah.
through the TV. See,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I cannot stand her.
Yeah.
She needs to go bye bye.
Yep.
Like I was just tuned out by then.
Yeah.
I replayed it.
Mm-hmm.
I played it, and
Mm-hmm.
then I got more and more upset. Then I
Yep.
wanted to turn the whole show off. And
Mm-hmm.
so whoever wrote this,
Yep.
that's wrong.
Yeah. And that was back in the 90s when.
I don't care what year it was, okay? Epilepsy was still back there back then.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just like any other disease or
Medical condition.
right?
Yep.
Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
I know.
Yeah, who knew this would affect me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So now he's probably the character you hate the most.
no,
Or
there was a few.
up there. Yeah.
Oh, we don't want to knock her out.
Yeah. So, but Dawson does fix the problem with the camera, shaky camera that was going on in the field. I mean, grass is not even a flat surface, so you can't blame them, you know? And then they're walking backward, so that makes it even worse, you know? So you can't, she shouldn't have been mad, you know? That's
No, she
expected.
shouldn't have said what she said.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. But seeing Pacey in the wheelchair, I don't even know where he got the wheelchair, but
That's part of the script.
no, he just, well, I don't know, he
Wait,
just,
Dawson still get out of that thing.
yeah. So anyways,
Like someone's in a wheelchair.
maybe,
Maybe they get injured in the field. I don't know.
yeah, that,
What's the
yeah,
script even about?
yeah, that could be it, yeah. So the chair gives Dawson an idea to use it to record the football players as they walk across the field, making the process a lot easier.
And it was very smart.
Yeah, and then Casey was pulling him too, so he didn't have to worry about moving it himself. And of course, this makes Nellie furious because he made it look so easy. Yep. And then
She just needs to go away.
right now, this scene actually got me really interested because at the restaurant, Joey takes Jen and Dawson's orders all cheery. Jen and Dawson find this behavior odd, you know, her all happy and cheery and being nice to them, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of like the first time she's
Yeah.
ever happy and cheerful.
Yeah, at least in front of both of them. Joey sees Anderson walking towards the restaurant as she's behind the counter, so this is when things go a little bit south for her. She knows if he finds out she works there, everything she told him was a lie. To keep the charade going, she sits next to Dawson and Jen.
Wouldn't you just have like hid in the back?
Yeah, she could have done that too, but she just, you know, last second trying to think and do something.
I told my sister, you have to wait a second. Like nobody's even in there.
Right.
Besides Dawson and Jen, and they can wait.
Yeah, well, I think she was the only waitress too, so
But nobody was in there.
yeah,
Besides
yeah,
them. I mean,
right.
and they're her friends. They can
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, she does end up staying next to them, acting like she's getting something to eat. He sees Joey instantly when he walks in. Once she answers to Deborah, Dawson asks, "Who's Deborah?" Clearly not getting what's going on. But Jen does and helps Joey by explaining how Joey knows.
love that part.
Yeah,
She's so supportive and just covers for her.
yep. How Joey knows her and Dawson. They go to, well, her and Jen go to school together, she said. But food is ready to be served.
Doesn't he bring up like New York or something?
Yeah, and
then Dawson still. Huh?
yeah, and
Oh my god.
yeah, Jen said that he didn't know who Deborah was because we call her Deb, so that was another good cover. Yeah, he's so just very clueless. But food is ready to be served, but Joey stays in her seat right where she is. Anderson ends up asking if she's free later, and she says yes, and they will meet up later after her family's Scrabble game. Random.
At what point the girls kicked off?
Well, Dawson makes a comment. Yeah, Dawson makes a comment saying she can use the word charade in the game. So that makes both Joey and Jen kick Dawson in the ankles as they sit on both sides of him.
That was good.
Yeah, that was funny.
And I love Bodie.
Oh yeah, how he helped. Yep.
Covered for her. He had a little smile. Oh my gosh, I love that part.
Yeah.
Dawson, no.
Yep.
No. You cannot cover for anyone.
No.
But Jen and Bodie can. And then
Yep.
her sister
Yeah.
was also annoying.
Yeah, she was
But
mad.
her sister trying to talk to a boy.
Yeah.
Let it be.
Mm-hmm. After Anderson leaves, everyone at the restaurant is looking at Joey, giving her a look that says, "What the hell was that?" Now, Dawson and Jen are at the ruins to film the last scene for his movie. Dawson sets the scene and records a close up of Jen. With the sunset and music in their surroundings, Dawson leans in to kiss Jen. And this is after they finished filming the scene. But before their lips make contact, Jen notices Dawson's camera was still rolling behind them. She asks what he's doing, and he just replies with, and then we move forward to the next scene. I wish they did let us see what he was going to say, if he was going to lie or say something like he forgot the camera was still on.
No, he's clueless, so that's
Yeah.
probably all he could say.
Yeah. Now, back at the pier, we see Joey meet Anderson at his boat where he is once again playing the violin. He talks about taking Joey out to dinner and dancing at a restaurant in New York sometime, the place where Joey led him to believe where she lives. She says she prefers the restaurant Bully, or Boli, I forget how she said it, instead of the one he mentioned. He starts to explain that that restaurant doesn't make sense because it closed and wasn't in New York, but before he could say that, he realized she lied, but still decides to give her his number and kiss her. Anderson sighs as Joey walks away. So that was surprising because he was, talking about he wants honesty, and then he catches Joey in a lie, but yet still kisses her and gives her his number.
Mm-hmm.
So that was surprising, but that just means that he really liked her.
Yeah, I just thought he was in the show.
Yeah. Now we go back to Dawson and Jen, with Dawson getting on his knees to explain why he was going to record his and Jen's first kiss. Like that's going to help him any. She asks why he can't let the moment exist and not force it to happen.
You know what I want her to do?
What?
Slap him.
Yeah, that too. But um, with Dawson making their first kiss a big deal, that makes Jen nervous and hoping that she won't be a disappointment when she does kiss him. And he says that could never happen. And now we see Joey get into Bodhi's truck and asks him if the Bully restaurant was on the east side of New York, and he replies with, "No, it was in Tribeca and closed a couple of years ago." Once she learns she told Anderson the wrong information, she decides he wouldn't want to be with the girl that lies and drops the paper with his number on it on the ground as they drive off, which I think, was a good call, because
Yeah,
that's what he
you're never
wanted.
gonna see him again.
Yeah. And now back at the ruins, we keep going back and forth so many times, but Dawson and Jen are at the ruins packing things up. They suddenly hear people walking their way, so they hide behind something, and as they sit close, they have their moment and kiss each other, which was sweet. But
I still wish she would have been mad at him a little harder.
yeah. And then Dawson, his camera, it's still rolling after
He
all
didn't
that.
listen.
Nope. It's still recording and ends up filming Pacey and Tamara sleeping together. And my jaw dropped to the floor when I saw this. I did not think it was going to go that far, at least this soon. I was hoping they could get caught, before something like that happens. But,
Especially because in the classroom,
hmm
she found out he was a virgin and she was like, oh no,
right.
like, and stopped it.
Yeah, and then
And then,
changes her mind.
and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, let's do it at the end of the episode. Like,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I mean, they did think that the place was secure, but obviously it wasn't, and they got recorded, which is the last thing they thought would happen.
You're still in the
I know,
middle. You're outside.
I know.
Okay. Anybody could be walking by.
Well, it's supposed to be like a private area that used to belong to someone, a widow. So, but yeah, I'm just saying that they thought it was a safe
Okay, well,
place.
I've seen people trespass, so
Yeah,
nothing is off limits.
yeah, and that's what they did too. So yeah, that's the end of the episode. So what did you think?
Uh, I did not like this episode, but again, I haven't liked any of them so far.
I just really hated the ending, the very ending with Pacey.
That's the only thing you hated?
Well, that was the worst part. I hated.
I these episodes. First of all, nothing's really happening in the episodes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm over the teacher-student relationship.
Me too.
I'm over Dawson being an addict
Yeah.
over the kiss and everything.
Yeah.
And Joey being all a little depressed and in love
Mm-hmm.
with Dawson. Just tell him already.
Yeah.
I'm over the whole episode. And
Yeah. Even though she knows that he likes Jen, so
so just either say it or let it go.
right.
And Jen just needs to pick someone
Yeah,
Dawson
that too.
or Cliff.
Yeah, I think she's just really confused about what she wants.
I know, but she's playing them both.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
true.
the teacher just needs to end it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, now she's in serious trouble.
Yep.
It's on tape.
Yep.
Even though they don't know who
Right.
the guy is.
Right. Yeah.
But we know because of the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you rate the episode?
Well, the storyline with Joey kept me a little bit more interested this time. Even though I know it's gonna be like a one episode thing with the guy, I just wanted to see what she would say and do, to keep it going.
Why are you trying to do that?
No, I would never lie like that ever. Um, and like I said, the scene at the restaurant with her trying to keep it going and everybody's helping her, but Dawson, that was funny. That was a good scene. Yeah. Um, yeah. So I probably like rate this episode maybe like a 7. What about you?
Well, Nellie brought it all down to a 2.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she gets a negative 1,000.
Mm-hmm. And then what?
So do the writers.
Yeah, yeah, them too.
I don't know who wrote it, but you know what?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, we can find that out later. The writers, if you want.
Well, and then right.
So you know, yeah, so you know who to blame. So what about best and worst character?
Well, for me, the best was Jen.
Same.
Oh, you didn't say Joey?
No, because she was lying the whole time.
My worst was Nellie, Dawson, and Jacob.
I miss Jacobs for mine.
But yes, I have to pick one, and
Mhm.
I'll pick Miss Jacobs only because she crossed the line at
Yeah.
the end. Well,
Yep.
she's crossed the line all the time,
Yeah,
but
but
she slept with him at the end, so
yeah.
that's the only reason why she is mine. Otherwise, yes, it would be Nellie.
Yep. Yes, I'm hoping they eventually get caught or something because this has already been going on too long. And like I said, I hope she does end up in jail at some point because of this.
You're hoping she does or doesn't?
Does if they get caught, hopefully. I feel like they should get caught by now, but with the recording the tape, we don't know. Well, I mean, but I don't know what's gonna happen to that tape now. So, and who's gonna see it? Who's gonna end up finding it? So I'm looking forward to see what happens with the tape.
I know. I just want it to all be over.
Yeah.
I'm tired of these storylines.
Yeah.
It just seems like they're dragging on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can we have something new
Yeah.
next episode?
Yeah. They
Where
gotta.
I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, think of new material.
This is a very long season.
Mm-hmm. So that's the end of the episode.
All right. Thank you for listening, everybody.
Yep, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
I didn't say. Oh, I did again too.